Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm John.
And I'm Richard.
And today we're going to be talking about One Piece, episode 861.
On top of that, we're also going to talk about Index, Season 3, Episode 6.
Full spoilers ahead, so hang out and let's talk about these.
All right, let's get started. So, John, One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still on Namek?
Oh, man. Yata. 10 minutes has passed.
Oh, wow.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. So that was actually the opening line of this episode. Katakuri looks around and goes, 10 minutes has passed. And it blew my mind. Like, I was beside myself in joy because I've what was it, 2-3 episodes now? I don't know. But, so Katakuri looks around, and this is one of my first kind of pros or high points of this episode, as he looks around and he's like, Luffy's not coming back. He just left me here. And I started laughing to myself. I was like, that would have been smart. But then about that time, Katakuri sees the future, and he's getting pummeled by Luffy. So he's like, whoa, what? And he turns, and there's Luffy angrily, striding up to him pretty quick. And, of course, his first line is, sorry to keep you waiting, which I know they weren't really talking to each other. They were talking to us fans watching because they know what they did was wrong. They kept us waiting way too long for this. So anyway, we didn't really get to see much of the fight. It cut away right after that. And the most we got to see was maybe a minute. Maybe I wouldn't even say a minute. Not even close to a minute of a fight at the very last tail end of this episode. So not even gonna bother talking about it. Let's talk about Oven and Beji though. So kind of a funny point along this episode was last episode Beji rode his ship up onto the shore. He's got his tank tracks. He's just riding along. He's just gonna jump back onto the ocean divert all around the other ships. And Oven's like, whoa, I can't let this happen. You're gonna get away scot-free. So he runs, jumps up in the path of this humongous ship and just braces himself, starts psyching himself up like, you shall not pass. And for a split second, my mind said, how is he going to do this? Can he do this? I don't know. Sometimes One Piece characters just pull off the craziest things. I don't know. Maybe he could have just split the ship in half with his heat ability or something. Just melted it or something. I don't know. But so I was like, I want to know what happened. So he keeps riding along. He's braced himself and psyching himself up. And it cuts away, and we just kind of see a little squish. And it just keeps riding right along like nothing ever happened. And it was a great payoff for that. So let's talk about Pound. I've ignored him for quite a few episodes and didn't want to talk about him because he's nothing important. He doesn't move the story along. He's just been kind of in the way. But he deserves to be talked about since this is his final episode.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so Pound, as we've seen, has finally been able to see his daughter, Chiffon, and his grandson, which was nice. We found out that it's been 26 years since he last saw her, which was when she was born. And Big Mom, we got to see her 26 years ago, which was nice. That was another kind of high point of this episode. But basically the story went that whenever the babies were born, Big Mom kicked them out of the castle, divorced them, said, hey, thanks for giving me kids. I don't need you anymore.
You're out of here.
Yeah. So, that was basically the last time he ever saw his kids. And it was nice to see that the fact that he got to see them, and all this. And he was able to kind of save them. So as they were just kind of alluding to the next point that I kind of liked in this episode was the fact that as Beji kind of makes his way back into the ocean, they pretty much are all celebrating, like, hey, we got away. Good job, guys. And they're all celebrating, off to give the cake to Big Mom. And then about that time, everyone's partying or whatever. And, it's kind of getting hot, isn't it? And kind of sweating. And all of a sudden I look back, and Oven's at the shore just with his hands down in the water, and he's heating up the ocean. Just think about that. He's heating up the ocean.
The entire ocean.
Well, starting from the shore and going
Wow.
out. But the amount of heat to get from the shore, and then this ship's made quite a bit of distance in this point, so he's heating up the ocean enough where it's killing fish, boiling the water, and almost going to sink the ship. Okay, so yeah, he's probably going to succeed, but let's go back to Pound. So he jumps in, takes a club, nails Oven on the head. Doesn't hurt him. I mean, Pound's a little weakling, so, but it does distract him. So Oven gets up, mad. He's like, "Stepfather, how dare you hit me?" And we kind of see him. We kind of get to a little solemn moment with Pound as he pays his last respects, and he's got his disheveled suit on. He's kind of straightening his tie and everything. You kind of see him kind of saying his final farewells to his daughter and grandson, and it was kind of sad. It was kind of, like, well, I mean, I kind of wish I knew the character better, but wasn't really invested. He was kind of a goofy character the whole entire time I met him. And we just kind of see Oven in the background take a huge weapon and just cut him down, and we are left with the impression that he is now dead. There's no really other way that we can assume it. So, moving on from kind of a more sad low point, this seems to be coming to an end finally. This arc seems to finally be getting to that point where it's coming. Everyone's getting into position. So the Straw Hat Pirates now are the main focus, and they've been chased by Big Mom for quite a while now. The army's actually caught up with Big Mom. They're pursuing as well. Even though they're making good time, they find out they're cut off from the front. So now they're blocked in from the front and from the behind, and I think even all the way around. So we're getting to that point where everyone's getting into these dire situations, which, typical anime, typical One Piece, what's coming. It's the final fight, setting themselves up. So looking forward to that. Typical One Piece pacing, though. It will probably be, I'd say, a good 5 to 10 episodes before that actually happens. So, Anyway, overall, even though it was kind of a slower, more solemn episode at some points, I'll give it a thumbs up. It was a decent episode.
Okay.
It wasn't one that I was like, that was amazing, I gotta watch it again. If I were to go back through and rewatch these, I would definitely skip to this episode because 10 minutes has passed, people. So anyway, let's move on and let's talk about some index.
Okay.
Actually, let's talk about a certain magical index.
Season 3.
Season 3 of the index, even.
Yes.
So
episode 6.
So what's going on in our index world? Do we even know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've read online. Fans don't even know either. I don't.
Yeah. It's still kind of confusing for me, honestly. Like all the different groups and the plots and all that stuff.
What was that? The group 2 was plot?
Maybe. Who knows at this point? But yeah, there's still so much stuff going on behind the scenes, whatever. And I've been kind of, I guess, complaining the last couple episodes, and it's still happening this episode too. But difference is this time is that we got a lot more action, a lot more interesting action, honestly. So let's talk about Hamazura, for example. He's a level 0. He's been kind of just been this grunt that's been running around doing stuff, and he's got his moment to shine. Actually, a couple moments to shine in this episode. Again, being just a level 0, not really much of anything, but managed to hold his own in 2 fights. First fight, I say that his first fight wasn't really so much him holding his own. It's just he didn't die, and that's important.
Oh, well.
I mean,
that's a plus.
Yeah, he's going up against these other espers that are just like super OP compared to him. So it's like, the fact that he survives, that's a good thing. So, then later on, he goes up against one of the top 5 espers in Academy City and Mugino, and they're supposed to be allies, but in any case, he manages to go up against her and take her down, which was amazing. Like I was just kind of blown away. That whole fight was just like, wow, that's crazy good. But getting a little ahead of myself here. So let's talk about Mugino for a second. So I remember her from one of the previous seasons of Railgun.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was season 2 actually, but I remember her, and I remember she wasn't really all that much of a nice person to begin with. Honestly, I remember her fight with Railgun herself actually, and she was kind of like, wow, lady, just calm down, But this episode, she just was out there like, wow, lady, you're super crazy. So, like when she was walking up the stairs, she had Frenda, who again is supposed to be her ally. She totally dispatched her, like just 100%, like just threw her body on the ground, and Mugino, she's just all covered in blood and everything, and just like got this crazy look on her face, like, okay, this lady's really dangerous. So, but yeah, like she's definitely shown her true colors in this episode. Like, wow, it's like holy cow. But again, Hamazura, sorry, he manages to take her down. I think with her being kind of crazy, that kind of worked to his advantage a little bit, because she was like talking about how level zeros can't even compare to her. She could take down 1,000 level zeros and no problem. She was like, her eye was, I think he stabbed her in the eye, and she was still just like, I don't care. I don't need an eye. I can take 1,000 of you down. It doesn't matter because I'm a level 5 and whatnot. So it's really a battle between, two different levels of espers, and the underdog won, which was really amazing. Like, that was such a huge high point for this season for me in general. Like, that was great. So moving from that though, so we had a fight with Accelerator versus Kakine, who's kind of a new character, which was also a really amazing fight. Of course, Accelerator in general, he's just a great character. But so yeah, this Kakine, like he's kind of trying to take out Accelerator, because Accelerator is the top Esper in Academy City, and if he can take care of him, then he can move on and continue his goals and whatnot. So once again, it kind of seemed like a battle between two different levels. But in this case, Accelerator came out on top with a few interventions, I guess you could say. But overall, Accelerator came up on top, and he was just like, I'll show you what a true villain can do. And he went super crazy. Like, I don't want to say out of control, but like, he did some pretty amazing stuff. And I really like Hakine's power, like his dark matter ability or whatever, which is funny because dark matter, but yet he's got like these white angel wing looking things, which I'm okay with. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I thought it was, you think dark matter
doesn't really match up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I just, whatever, I let it go. But yeah, this dark matter, his power, like being able to use this element, I guess, that shouldn't exist, but yet somehow still does, and can pretty much break the laws of everything. Yeah, he has a really interesting power, but Accelerator is just that much more OP, So,
wow.
But in any case, overall, fantastic episode. Probably my favorite episode so far from this season. I mean, this season's just been kind of, but this is definitely a highlight. Wraps up everything pretty nicely, and hopefully we can get back to Toma, and with him doing his thing again. And
who was Toma again?
Oh, he's actually the main character. Oddly enough, it's not Accelerator, but it is Toma.
I mean, maybe they're setting up for that show next year. Was it?
I believe so. Yeah. Accelerator's getting his own show, and we got another season of Railgun coming up. So
gotta set him up in this one.
Yeah, I guess so. But in any case, so overall, like I said, thumbs up. Really appreciate this episode, and that's pretty much all I got to say about Index. So thank you guys for watching,
and check out our other episodes.
See you later.
So yeah, that's possibly the best anime I've ever seen.
The best.
Yeah, the best. You need to check it out.
Okay, you know what? I'll check it out right this second.
Okay,
right now.
Let's go watch it then.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go watch it, guys.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, hey. If you like this video, go down there and hit the like button.
And you know what? While you're there, There's a subscribe button and a notification button, so whenever we post a video, you guys will be notified.
Yeah, and even further below that's our comment section. So go down there, share your thoughts on this video, and let us know what you thought about it, and give us some feedback.
Yeah, but please just keep the spoilers to a minimum, please.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching.
We'll see you next time.